Good morning, Mr. Biggerstaff. Walk all the way forward, please. Please raise your right hand to be sworn in.
Sir, do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? So help you God.
All right, sir. Head to your right. Watch your step. You may proceed.
May please the court. Please state your name for the record.
Juan Biggerstaff.
What do you do for a living, sir?
I'm an independent contractor selling roofs.
How long have you been so employed?
2 months.
And what did you do? Yeah, we do some of these questions to make sure that you project your voice and things. Previous to being a contractor with roofs, what else did you do?
I was in law enforcement.
How long were you in law enforcement?
About 8.5 years.
When did you resign your law enforcement position?
March of this year.
March of 2026.
Yes.
Were you under investigation at the time you resigned?
Yes.
I want to turn your attention to February of 2022. Were you employed in law enforcement in February of 2022?
Yes.
And were you living in Texas?
Yes.
Is that a suburb outside of Dallas?
No, it was in Dallas.
You were in Dallas?
Yes.
What police department did you work for?
Irving.
Which is a suburb of Dallas?
Yes.
Okay. So you're living in Dallas but working in Irving?
Correct.
Is that where the stadium used to be, the Dallas Cowboys Stadium?
That's correct.
So do you know a person named Mario Fernandez?
Yes.
How do you know him?
He was a family friend of ours.
Do you see him here in court?
Yes.
Could you say where he's seated and what he's wearing?
He's seated to my right. He's wearing a blue suit.
Is he the person closest to the jury or furthest from the jury?
Furthest.
May the record reflect the witnesses identified the defendant.
Yes.
Who is John Biggerstaff?
It's my father.
I want to turn your attention to when your father got in trouble with the federal government. Do you remember that?
Yes.
Were you working in law enforcement when that happened?
No.
Well, how short after when he got in trouble did you become employed with law enforcement?
I became employed with them September of 2017, so about a year.
Okay. And do you know where that was in relation to his conviction as opposed to when he was indicted?
No.
Around the same time, maybe shortly thereafter.
Yes.
Okay. At that time, obviously, you were not a prohibited person?
Correct.
And did you help your father in the preparing of the federal affidavit relinquishing his firearms?
Yes.
Tell the jury how you went about doing that.
We collected the firearms that were in the house at the time. Just went by serial number and make and model of all the firearms, and then transported them from the house day of or day after to my sister's apartment.
The jury has already seen this, but just for consistency in the evidence, showing you what's been entered into evidence at State's Exhibit 190, is this handwritten affidavit that you and your father filled out?
Yes.
Whose handwriting is that?
Mine.
And that lists 20 firearms or items that he was surrendering?
Correct.
Describe for the jury how those firearms were transported.
I took them in my vehicle, which was a Ford Focus at the time, and they were in various bags and gun cases.
And what did you do with them?
I dropped them off at my sister's house or apartment.
What is your sister's name?
Stephanie Atkinson.
And that was her name at the time? 2016?
Ooh. Yes, I believe she was married in 2016.
And how long did the firearms remain at your sister's house?
Several months. They purchased a house, and at that time is when I went and picked them back up.
Bless you.
So this is, and just for the jury's orientation, this is in 2016?
2016, early 2017.
Before your father was convicted of the crime.
I don't recall the actual conviction date, but I think so, yes.
If you don't know, that's fine, but if you remember, it was while he was on pretrial release that he had to collect his gun.
Correct, yes, that's right.
And then he was convicted later in 2017.
Right.
Okay. So after the guns were in your sister's, what happened?
So when she purchased the house, she no longer wanted the firearms in their house. I went and picked them up, and I kept them with me. Separated several for myself, kept the rest in my vehicle until I left for Texas later that year.
Which guns did you keep for yourself?
There was a Smith & Wesson 9mm, a Glock 27, it's a 40 caliber, a 243 bolt action rifle, and a Benelli shotgun.
Was one of the guns that you did not keep a Glock 40 10mm firearm?
Yes.
What happened to that firearm?
That was left at Fred Barton's residence.
Explain to the jury how that occurred.
Fred Barton was a friend of my parents, and they had kind of like a gentleman's agreement to leave the guns at Fred's house when I was leaving for Texas.
And when would that have been, in 2017?
Yes.
Describe for the jury who went and how the guns were transported to Mr. Barton.
So myself and my wife were in one vehicle. My parents were in my dad's truck at the time. I transported the guns in the same cases and bags that they were in, walked them inside of Fred Barton's house, and I want to say I left them in one of his closets, and then we continued west.
Are you familiar with a gun cabinet that your father owned?
Yes.
Kind of a cheap one?
I don't remember, yeah.
Do you remember if he later on kept gardening tools?
I do not know that.
Did you transport these guns in a gun cabinet?
No.
So they were in just bags?
Yes.
And you put them, you believe, inside of a closet?
Yes.
Did Mr. Barton inventory them in any way? Did he look at them?
Not that I recall, no.
And your father was with you when this happened?
Yes.
What happened after you dropped the firearms off at Fred Barton's house?
I drove to Texas.
When you dropped off the firearms at Fred Barton's house, did you inventory that there were 16 firearms that were dropped off?
No.
Do you know if that 10mm was dropped off?
Yes.
So you do know that for sure?
Yes.
And you kept the 4 that you've already indicated?
Correct.
I want to fast forward now to December of 2022. Was there an occasion where you became, in your law enforcement duties, wore a recording device to go speak to your father?
Yes.
And was that done pursuant to law enforcement's request?
Yes.
Did that make you feel uncomfortable?
Yes.
Why did you do it?
That's a good question. I had a order from my department that I had to follow just standard operating procedures to be cooperative in criminal investigations.
So pursuant to your law enforcement career, they're like, if they ask you to do this, you should do it.
Yeah.
In talking to your dad, I'm going to go through some of the things that y'all talked about. But before that, did he know that you were being recorded?
I did not tell him no.
That would have been a violation of wearing the recording device.
Right.
It was supposed to be surreptitious or undercover.
Right.
And you did you do work as an undercover police officer back in Texas?
Yes.
So you were familiar with that policy.
Yes.
Can't tell the people that you're recording them.
Right.
So did you begin the conversation with telling your dad or asking your father the question that should you be preparing your mother for something that's going to happen with regard to this 10 million?
Yes.
And what did your father say?
I believe he responded no.
Did your father indicate anything about the 10 millimeter?
In regards to 10 millimeter, no. Just that the guns would show up January 1st.
Did you remember if your father told you that the authorities only care if the 10 millimeter matches the 10 millimeter involved in the murder that they were investigating.
Yes.
Do you remember your father telling you that he had the 10 millimeter the entire time?
Sorry, I do not recall.
Yeah, you had an opportunity to listen to the wire before. Would you like to listen to that again?
No, it's fine. If that's what is transcribed, then yes, that's what happened.
Do you remember your father saying when they knocked, the 10 millimeter was here?
Yes.
Do you remember your father telling you that it was here and it will appear later?
Your Honor, I'm going
Not
to
yet.
object.
Grounds.
Hearsay. He can't testify to what his father is telling him. He can testify to what he
Wait.
tells his father.
What's your response?
It's impeachment, Your Honor.
I'll overrule the objection.
You remember your father telling you that the 10 millimeter firearm was here, meaning with him, and would appear but just cannot yet.
Yes.
Do you remember your father telling you that he did not know where it was at the current time?
Yes.
Do you remember your father telling you that it would appear after January 1st?
Yes.
You remember your father telling you that he did not know who had the gun, but they would appear after January 1st?
Yes.
You remember your father telling you that he told ATF that Steve from the Georgia Hunting Club had the gun?
Yes.
Do you remember telling your father telling you that he felt bad to drag you into this?
Yes.
Do you remember your father promising that when that 10 millimeter reappeared that he would turn it in?
Yes.
Mr. Juan Biggerstaff, I'm just going to say your first name just to clarify from your father. You kept 4 of the firearms. How come you didn't sell the other 16?
Never crossed my mind.
Could you have?
Yes.
Were those 16 other firearms, were they valuable?
Yeah.
What about the ammunition?
As far as being valuable,
Well, no. Just what happened to it?
I don't know.
As you sit here today, do you know what happened to that 10 millimeter Glock?
No.
Did you ever go back to Fred Barton's home and take the guns out of his closet?
No.
Did you have any idea if your father did?
No.
I'm going to fast forward to June of 2023. Were you the victim of an auto theft / burglary?
Yes.
Tell the jury about it.
I had a early 2000s GMC Yukon that was a pool car, meaning it was one of the worst cars to have in the department. I had it parked outside of my residence, and I had just gotten out of training for the day. I left my belongings in the car, getting ready to go on vacation with my wife. Came back from like a 3 or 4 day vacation, saw the car was gone, immediately contacted Dallas Police Department. And while I was on the phone with Dallas Police, I noticed that my car was stopped at the end of the street, abandoned, and several of my bags were stolen out of the car.
So the car was taken from your home, and how far away was the end of the street?
Maybe a quarter mile.
And you were able to see that, I guess, while you were on the phone?
Yes.
And what was stolen?
My department issued Glock 31, which is a .357 SIG, and my Glock 27, which is a .40 caliber, and ammo and other police paraphernalia.
When you provided the serial numbers for those firearms, did you make an error?
Yes.
Tell the jury about it.
So when I was waiting for Dallas police, I referred back to that inventory and just unintentionally copied down the incorrect serial number, which happened to be for the Glock 10mm, not the Glock 27.
I understand those are on lines 7 and 8.
I believe so, yes.
I'll approach just to make sure. State's Exhibit 190. Counsel is correct. It's the Glock 27 is line 6, and then the Glock 40 10mm is line 7.
Yeah, correct, yes.
Now, you would agree that this State's 190 is lined,
Yes,
and you filled it out.
yes,
When you reported the 2 firearms that were stolen, you were aware, or were you aware, I guess is the better question, that the 10mm firearm was important to police?
yes,
Because you had actually worn an undercover recording device to talk to your father about that 10mm.
right,
And you were, based on your training experience, are stolen guns and reporting them accurately important.
yes, sir.
You would agree that you did not report it accurately.
Correct,
And the serial number that you put down was to a firearm that you knew police were very interested in locating.
yes,
You know why your father would lie to you in that recorded? Objection, Your Honor, second. I agree. It's.
Rephrase that, please.
Do you know of any reason why he would lie?
no,
In that recorded conversation with your father, did he also tell you things about immunity?
yes.
What did he say?
That he didn't believe in the immunity that was offered, and he thought it was BS.
The question I had.
Cross.
Good afternoon, sir.
Hello,
Good to see you again. Congratulations.
thank you,
Try to get you out of here pretty quickly.
appreciate it.
Now, Mr. Biggerstaff, State asked you most of the questions that I'm going to cross-examine you on, so I'm going to just try to be brief with you. In 2016, when you wrote that inventory, that was all the firearms and any other weapons you understood your father to have. Is that correct?
Yes,
So 2016.
yeah,
And you actually took possession of all those firearms in like a duffel bag and in gun cases.
right,
Was not in a cabinet of any time when you delivered it.
no,
Now, I know the state asked you just trying to get you to project your voice, asking you questions about how long you've been in Jacksonville since you left Texas, and I understood that was since March.
correct. No, I've been back since April of this year.
You resigned your position with the law enforcement office out in Texas.
Yes,
You were not fired.
correct.
And to be a law enforcement officer, you took an oath
Yes,
to uphold the laws and the Constitution.
yes,
And I believe Mr. Mizrahi asked you, I'm fast forwarding a little bit to when you wore a wire, the reason you cooperated was because that was policy of your own department.
correct,
So it would be in violation of that policy to lie to other law enforcement.
correct.
No dispute that at some point your dad owned a Glock 40 Gen 4 10mm.
Right,
I think a lot of people call it like a bear defense gun.
sure,
But you're familiar with it. You've seen it before.
yes,
And in 2016, that was one of the firearms that you put on that inventory list.
Yes.
I believe it was number 7 on that list that Mr. Mizrahi just showed you.
Yes.
To your knowledge, is that the last time your father saw that firearm is when you sat and completed that inventory?
To my knowledge, yes.
Have you ever seen him in possession of it again?
No.
One of the firearms you kept was the Glock 27 that was stolen out of your vehicle,
Correct.
and that was item number 6 on that list, correct?
Yes.
And the jury's seen that list and they're going to take it back in evidence, but that was just handwritten right above the Glock 10.
Yes.
And the state asked you about when you retrieved those firearms from your sister and then took them to Fred Barton's house, your father was with you. Or, excuse me, you retrieved them from your sister, put them in your car, correct?
Yes.
Kept them in your car for a number of months.
Yes.
Any idea whether or not your father had any access to that car?
He did not.
And then on your way out of town, who helped you move to Texas?
My now wife and my parents.
Like driving a U-Haul truck and,
We drove my vehicle, Ford Focus, and my dad's pickup truck.
and if I understood your testimony, literally on the way out of town is when you dropped those remaining firearms off at Fred Barton's house.
Correct.
You walked them inside and put them in a closet.
Yes.
Did your father go with you?
Inside the house?
Yeah, did he like go in the closet with you?
If I remember correctly, he was inside of the house already, but
Did you see him have access to those firearms?
no.
And certainly it'd be a violation of his pretrial release or his supervised release if he had been convicted at that point.
Correct.
You then drive to Texas, you become a law enforcement officer out there. I believe it was in 2018 is when you actually got into patrol. Is that accurate?
Correct.
Okay. And at that point, you're just a police officer in Texas. You would come back and forth from time to time to visit family?
Yes.
Okay. Any time coming back and forth that you ever saw those firearms?
No.
Okay. Ever see your father with a firearm?
No.
You guys ever go shooting or anything during that time period?
No.
That would also be a violation of, at that point, his supervised release.
Correct.
And you, as a law enforcement officer, during this time period, would somewhat be required to report him if you saw him in possession of a firearm. If you saw him breaking the law while you're a police officer, you'd be required to report him under those policies that you mentioned earlier.
Yes.
Safe to assume you never reported him because you never saw him in possession of a firearm.
Correct.
In February of 2016, did you come back to Jacksonville?
Yes.
Why?
I was getting married.
Do you recall when you actually got back in town?
It was the morning or afternoon of the 16th.
Okay. Did you come to learn that that was the same date as the homicide of Mr. Bridegan?
Yes.
When you came back in town on February 16th, did anybody give you a 10 millimeter?
No.
Did you see your father on February 16th?
Yes.
Did you see him approximately around 8 or 9 o'clock that evening
Correct.
with your mother?
Yes.
And your mother doesn't drive at night, does she?
No.
Okay, so your father had to drive your mother to your sister's house that evening,
Correct.
and you saw him that evening.
Yes.
Didn't appear nervous or anything out of the ordinary?
No.
No indication anything was wrong with him?
No.
Did you see Mr. Fernandez in the days after February 16th?
Yes.
Tell the jury about how you saw him.
Mario had offered to help, or my dad asked him to help pick up some chairs and tables to set up for a rehearsal dinner that we had.
And do you recall what date that was?
That was the 17th, I believe.
Day after you got back in town?
Yes.
Okay. Did he appear nervous or looking over his shoulder?
No, I only saw him for maybe 5-10 minutes, but no, he did not.
Otherwise, he just helped set up like you understood he had agreed to do.
Right.
How long did you stay in town?
Full week, I believe.
Did your father or anyone else give you a 10 millimeter to take back to Texas with?
No.
Okay. And then at the end of the week, you just went back to Texas?
Correct.
Continued being a law enforcement officer?
Correct.
Later that year, did you come back to Jacksonville
Yes.
in 2022?
Yes.
And at that point, had you been interviewed by the ATF?
Yes.
They interviewed you in Texas?
Yes.
Were you truthful with them?
Yes.
Did they ask you about the 10 millimeter?
Yes.
Did you tell them the same thing you've told the jury this afternoon, that you did not see the 10 millimeter?
Correct.
And did you also get interviewed by the ATF here in Jacksonville?
Yes.
Was your story the same? You
Yes.
had not seen it?
Yep.
And again, that's part of the policies in which you have to follow as a law enforcement officer, is your truthfulness with other law enforcement agencies.
Correct.
And as Mr. Mizrahi mentioned, in December of 2022, you agreed to wear actually 2 recording devices.
Yes.
One in your pocket and then one that was like a cell phone.
Right.
Okay? And these were things you were familiar with from your own law enforcement experience.
Yes.
Okay? My understanding is they maintained observation of you to make sure that you couldn't call your father to say you were on the way over there in order to tip him off that you were wearing a wire.
I don't know that to be true.
Okay? Did you tip off your father you were wearing a wire?
No.
Okay. Didn't write any notes or anything to say, hey, Dad, I'm wearing a wire, don't say anything?
No.
Okay. Did he mention Mario Fernandez at all during your discussion with him?
Not that I recall, no.
Your dad told you a whole bunch of different things during that conversation.
Yes.
Some inconsistencies as far as so-and-so has the firearm, or I don't know where it is, or it's going to show back up.
Right.
Okay? In essence, 3 different stories about this firearm.
Yes.
Now, your father had, my understanding, a traumatic brain injury in 2020, somewhere around that time period?
Yes, yeah.
Okay. Did you notice that he had some difficulties after that accident?
Yes.
Did you come to understand your father also had some substance abuse issues?
Yes.
Okay. That combined with the brain issues, you noticed a big difference in your father?
Yeah.
Kind of his cognitive abilities
Yes.
and his physical abilities?
Yes.
After you finished, we'll just call it that recording session in December, did you turn over that recording to law enforcement?
Yes.
Did you get an opportunity to listen to it before you gave it to them?
No.
Did you get an opportunity to listen to it when you were with them?
No.
You just went back to Texas and continue on your law enforcement?
Yeah.
State asked you in June when you were back in Texas, your vehicle got stolen. This was your undercover vehicle?
Correct.
And the Glock 27 that was stolen, was that the one that was given to you by your father?
Yes.
With the serial number that was listed on number 6 on that handwritten inventory?
Yes.
And as you told Mr. Mizrahi, you just simply put the wrong serial number, correct?
Correct.
Did you refer to the inventory for that number?
Yes.
Okay. And you did not put it was a Glock 10 millimeter that was stolen. You would agree with that?
Correct.
And at the time, you were living in Dallas.
Yes.
So you reported your stolen vehicle to the appropriate agency because you were in Dallas.
Yes.
But you also notified your agency that your vehicle was stolen.
Yes.
At some point, you came back to Jacksonville and you were interviewed or met with the state attorney's office again. Is that correct?
Yes.
And during that subsequent meeting, it had become clear to you that law enforcement did not believe your position on the 10 millimeter, correct?
Correct.
Someone had actually filed some sort of a complaint with your agency that they didn't believe you were being truthful.
Correct.
Ultimately, they put you on administrative duties as a result.
Yes.
No one actually found that you were being untruthful, but because of that complaint, they placed you on administrative duties.
Yes.
You understood that the people sitting at this table, Ms. Stifler and Mr. Mizrahi, didn't believe you.
Correct.
They said as much.
Yes.
And during one of those meetings, they actually offered you immunity in the event you wanted to tell a different story.
Yes.
Did you accept that immunity?
No.
And you know what immunity is from your law enforcement experience, correct?
Yes.
And whether or not that included federal authorities sitting in the room or otherwise, you were interviewed by ATF multiple times.
Yes.
and by state law enforcement.
Yes.
Do you stand by every statement you've given to them?
Yes, I do.
You told the truth every time.
Yes.
Certainly don't want to have a negative impact on your new family by being untruthful with them.
Correct.
Mr. Biggerstaff, did you have any involvement in the homicide of Jared Bridegan?
No.
Do you have any reason, do you have any evidence that Mr. Fernandez had any involvement in that homicide?
No, I do not.
Do you have any involvement with disposing of a firearm?
No.
You consulted with an attorney out in Texas during your administrative duty time period?
Yes, employee attorney. Yeah.
It was an employment lawyer,
Yeah.
correct? Do you have any other information that would actually implicate Mario Fernandez in this homicide?
No.
Can I have just a moment, Your Honor?
Yes.
I said congratulations at the beginning of your testimony. It's because you had a baby last week.
Yes, sir.
I noticed you had the armband on.
Yeah.
Your Honor, I don't have any further questions.
Okay. Thank you. Redirect.
Yes. Mr. Juan Biggerstaff, do you love your father, John Biggerstaff?
Yes.
Do you love your mother?
Yes.
That's all the questions I have, Your Honor.
May the witness be excused.
You may.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Thank you. All right, members of the jury, I appreciate your patience in pushing into the lunch hour. He will be the last witness before the lunch break. Please leave your notepads on your chair, follow the communication over the lunch recess, and I'll see you we'll call it 1:30. We'll come back, okay? Everyone may be seated. Is there anything that we need to take up before we take the lunch break? Okay, thank you. Court's in recess. What, there was something?